didn't see you there.
Hello.
Nice day we're having, huh?
Truly.
Yeah, nice. I mean, good weather. Am I right?
Yeah, great weather even.
Yeah. Okay, so this is episode 4, I think, of the Through These Doors podcast, hosted by your best friend and secretary of the Winfield FFA chapter, Parker Sonye.
I'm back again. It is me, Peyton Little, state president and such. We here.
True.
Valid.
Yeah. All right, so get a little bit into this. Last episode was kind of frantic.
Chaotic even.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with last week, the Fair Week. Like we were talking
Fair
about
Week, yeah.
So what do you think about it?
What do I think of Fair Week? I think it was the Ag Magic thing that we got to do was really cool. Like I think the original prediction was like 750 students, but it ended up being more like 1,000. Went through it all, which is kind of crazy. And then there was also the commercial booth that we had rented. I think it went really well considering we were able to get signatures for every single one of those pieces of paper we had.
Did we actually?
Yeah, we ran out.
Dude, there was actually so many. Like when we first started, it was me and the other officer were sitting in that chair. I was like, man, I wonder how many people are going to get these. We don't have anything to give. And people would literally just walk up and be like, hey, what y'all doing? Hey, want to sign a paper? You support Winfield FFA, and got tons of signatures before I was even done.
Yeah, it was kind of weird though at the same time because it showed how much people supported us because they just walk up and try to give us money, and we're like, we're actually not collecting donations right now.
True. It's like, how much do I need to pay to sign this? None, sir. None.
It's quite free, and then this guy tried to like leave the money and walk away. I was like, what do I do with this, man?
I don't want it.
What are we supposed to do?
You shouldn't have to pay to show that you support us. Completely
true.
Free.
But you can buy our fundraiser turkeys on the horizon.
Completely true. You know, in fact, buy them from me personally,
or me, really. I mean,
no, just me
or him,
just
or
me. We started. When did we start fundraisers? Today?
We didn't get them today, so not today. It's supposed to be really. You got yours today?
I got my papers today. Did the other class not?
Oh, because we didn't have another class, remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So actually, we had pictures today. So
we missed out on the first 2 blocks of school.
Yeah, we went to third block.
Immediately.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, first block is now 3 hours long. Just go straight to third.
I wish that was an exaggeration, but I was in...
It's true. You were in Dr. Cole's class.
I was in Dr. Cole's class for 3 hours today.
Jeez, man. So, the Fair Week thing did have a lot of people show up. Ag Magic was definitely a hit. Probably our most successful POA event to date. Honestly. Absolutely. The only other thing I could think about, which isn't really measurable the same way, was the pollinator garden thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, like you said, that's not really, we can't measure that.
You can't really compare them, but they were both really good. And I think that this Ag Magic stuff really, really did great things. Like I don't even know how to explain. Just a lot of people showed up. We did a lot of good things. We taught about all the like textiles, food.
Corn, man.
Corn. Were you part of the corn?
Yeah. You want to hear a corny joke?
Yeah, I do.
What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Where's popcorn?
Am I supposed to laugh?
What did the corn say when it walked through the door to a group of people?
What?
What's poppin'?
Okay, that's enough of these corny jokes. Yeah, I'm funny.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, but anyway, the literally just seeing all these kids actually being interested in what we were doing, it's very cool. Especially because we were able to teach them. So it wasn't really like they went to school. It was they taught not to adults, but to other teenagers, to like kids.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty much kids, like to kids about these agricultural subjects. It's really cool to be able to reach out to younger people like that.
Yeah, I think that's something that FFA we need to do more of, and we have been doing more of, is trying to reach to that younger audience because, like, unlike 4-H, we don't have clover buds or anything like that. We can really be involved at that primary school level. But this gave us the chance to do that, and I think that's really cool.
It really is, because there's, like you said, not that many programs for younger people, just like clover buds. So I think it's awesome that we're actually going out to reach those people. Definitely a fun thing. It makes you feel good.
It does. Even if it's raining and pouring.
Oh yeah, you were on that day.
Through the thick and thin, we got it done.
Through the thick and thin. My day, it was completely muddy. Got stuck.
Lord.
Hot. It was humid.
It was very humid.
Very humid. I was part of the sheeps.
The sheeps.
textiles.
That was the corn. You couldn't already tell.
No, I couldn't tell. But yeah, state FFA trying to do anything to reach out to these kids, young artisans.
I mean, nothing off the top of my head. That was kind of random.
I was just thinking because, oh, well, yeah, I was just gonna ask because like we're doing stuff, and another thing that we're gonna do is still trying to get that meeting with the freshmen for the buddy system.
Ooh, yeah.
It's not that young, but they're still younger than us, so
It's still a way to involve people that are younger. I think that's a really important thing.
Because ag freshman year is completely different from like ag senior year, ag junior year. They're like two different things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this buddy system would be really cool for them to get to know us, and for us to be able to get to know them.
For sure.
So, is there anything else you would like to speak about? Local?
Coincidentally, we actually started our parliamentary procedure practice today.
Ooh.
Really cool stuff.
Yeah, that is cool.
It's really interesting to finally get to see our goal team, which is our younger team, them getting to learn stuff and be really enthusiastic about learning everything. So, actually, it's a joy to teach. To be honest, I love P-Law.
P-Law?
Yeah.
P-Law's a really fun competition. I like it a lot.
I think it's definitely is my favorite competition I've ever done, and it's I think the most interesting to watch.
I think it's what most people are interested in too.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you think showed up today?
To practice?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think there was 5 in the blue room, and then maybe like 8, 9, 10 in here.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
It's really good for the younger team.
Yeah, the teams are going to be pretty competitive this year just by nature of you have to be to get on the team because it's only 6-man teams.
Yeah.
So
with that many people, they're going to be racing for the spots. Like,
which I think is very good.
It makes people show their real ability if you actually force it to come out of them.
True.
Like, if you got 2 people, 3 spots, either none of them are going to work super hard to get those spots because they're guaranteed it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have like 12 going for 5, you're guaranteed to at least have a few that actually show that they want to be.
Yeah, they have to put an effort to get on the team, which I think is a really good thing.
It's really fun competition. I like watching that kind of stuff. It's fun. I like hearing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the, I don't want to say like better competitions. It's really good, but like it's a really good introduction place.
Yeah, I think it in factors of it's not like you don't have to have a lot of like agricultural knowledge behind it. You gain it while doing it, but to start off you don't really need that much. I think it's a really good thing for freshmen getting into ag and FFA to get into. Yeah,
it's one of those competitions where it's not like forestry where you have to know a lot about trees, insects, diseases, and more literally just your knowledge of how these things work. And you can gain that just by showing up to practice. Yeah,
that's like it's like almost like an osmosis effect because as soon as someone on your team learns about something and they use it in a debate, you're like, oh wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And now you can just store that in your brain and use it for later.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool system.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. True, definitely. Yes.
I just really like PL. I think it's fun. So, is that all we have going on? Meeting coming up, actually, yeah.
Oh, we do have the meeting on Thursday, right?
Thursday meeting, isn't it?
I heard isn't it spooky?
Ooh. It is
spookster.
Spooky. Yes, it is in fact spooky because it is the month of Halloween. October.
Spooktober.
Are we playing? Just started raining? Just started raining. That's raining.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it is raining.
Just started raining outside.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, so this meeting's going to be pretty creepy, I'd say.
I definitely bring your big boy pants because it's going to be a little scary in there.
Maybe even your big boy shoes so you can run very quickly away from the scary objects.
That's right.
Okay.
Scary objects.
In all seriousness, it's not going to be like terrifying. It's just Halloween themed. Chapter meeting we're having Thursday. Really excited for that to happen.
I'm trying to think of what else we got going on. There is actually the National Forestry team. We're going to the state forestry event tomorrow to do some practices for our upcoming thing at Nationals. So that's cool.
Does that involve you?
It doesn't involve me.
It doesn't involve you. That's completely fair.
She had a busy week lined up in FFA stuff.
Actually, yeah.
Because you asked me about state stuff earlier, and I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head. I actually have a lot going on this week. We have a event at Florine called Ag Explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing pretty much everything FFA in one day. We have 3 state officers coming,
Really
the
cool.
entire area officer team. It's gonna be pretty sick, nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go to Vinton Friday, I think. It's cool.
That is cool. That is really cool. One thing I like about the state officers this year, well, not really because they're different than the other ones, but last year they couldn't really get more active with the community because of all that stuff that was going on. But
it's definitely more lax this year, and we can actually do cool things.
Have meetings and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about.
It's a really interesting thing to go in and like the joy for state office for me is going in and feeling like I made a difference or an impact on a person. Mm-hmm. And like you never want to like ask people, well, did I like do anything for you? You don't ask that, but like if someone walks up to you and they tell you that, it makes everything worth it.
Yeah, true.
State office for
like somebody comes up to you and you're like, hey, I like listening to you talk. You taught me this and that. And
yeah, it's a really good vibe.
Makes you feel good about what you've done. That also goes back to the teaching younger audiences thing. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. I like that kind of stuff. So, I think that's about it going on for Winfield FFA and State FFA. Mm-hmm. So if you want to get into some world topics, I have some stuff that I want to talk about real quickly. Let me pull it up. So, food sources.
Food sources?
Yes. You want to name something?
Well, we have beef, poultry. That's turkeys and chickens and ducks even.
Dude, ducks.
Pheasants? I think they're technically poultry.
Yeah.
Are they poultry?
That's poultry.
That's nice. Poultry, beef,
it's
pork.
A little bit, so the rain.
That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
Not just meat. Is you talking about meat sources specifically?
Literally any source. Meat sources.
Corn, bro.
Corn. Well, cool fact, I guess. Research and other things on using other, don't know what to say, as a food supplement kind of thing. You know what I'm getting at? Mm-hmm. Like, don't know how to explain it. But insects, high in protein, very high in protein.
Ooh.
Right.
Definitely.
Okay, so this article that I have seen, and I've also seen other things just like over time throughout the years, is people using other sources as food. So insects, as I was saying, are very high in protein and those kind of things. Good for you, really. They're just gross. They're just really nasty. So they're trying to find a way to supplement certain kinds of foods with insects, like in poor places, probably. I'd assume that's where they would use these kind of things. But also as insects being a new way for food. Like in the future, when we run out of all these things, insects will always be there. Mm-hmm. So it's very plausible that we, over time, grow more accustomed to eating things that you wouldn't really eat.
Yeah, I think more so like the idea of not eating insects is more like a cultural thing.
Honestly, yeah.
I think it's less of like an inherently like a poor thing and more of a this is socially okay thing.
Yeah, actually true, because in other countries they eat that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Like they have, I forgot what the word was, specialty meals, I guess.
Yeah, specialty meals, and then it's like a thing of Western culture, I guess, is just...
Well, as a kid, you like grow up and your mom's like, don't touch that, it's
yeah, for sure.
I mean, they're really not that gross, technically.
I mean, I feel like you can absolutely just pan fry.
You definitely could.
Like a grasshopper.
Absolutely. Maybe saute it a little bit.
Saute a little, maybe some butter. Oh my gosh.
Butter on the grasshopper.
Butter on the grasshopper, for sure.
Yeah, but anyway, I think this is the future.
This is the future. This is where we're headed.
The future. This is where it's going to end. Because, I mean, eventually, we're going to run out of these other sources and be forced to use other types. Like, have you watched that show? I forgot what it's called. I don't know. It's a movie about a train.
Oh, Soul Piercer or Snowpiercer, yeah.
Yeah, where it like turns out that the bricks were made out of roaches.
Yeah,
that was cool.
That's cool.
That can actually happen. Like you could do that.
I think the concept of like farming, I think the concept of farming, like let's say crickets, because I think that's the most popular idea. Mm-hmm. I think it's interesting the fact that it's like you don't need much space at all, and you don't need much resources to grow millions of crickets. And like of course like one cricket, that's not much, but when you add up how much protein you're getting per resources used, it's honestly a lot more efficient than like cattle, for example.
Yeah, this article talking about the protein and stuff and the other nutrients, it says that insects compete well with chicken and beef as a protein source, although details depend on what the animals are fed. among other things. Grasshoppers fed bran, high in essential fatty acids, had almost double the protein content of those fed maize. So it's not only just the insects, like you just going outside and picking them up and cooking them, but like insect farms.
Yeah.
Very cool concept, and definitely could happen at some point.
I feel like I know we already, like, let's say you're going to a gas station to pick up crickets for going fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can already see how many crickets are in just that small container.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just the concept of having so much farming compartmentalized. I don't know what you're trying to say.
I get what you're trying to say.
It seems like even in like big cities or something, it would be really easy to do.
Because they're tiny, they're small.
So small.
And one, like, grasshopper has a lot of protein in it compared to like a slice of chicken.
Yeah, comparative size, yeah.
Like
same
yeah.
grams, whatever.
And so instead of maybe having like 12 chickens on a farm, maybe like 100,000 of something. You know, like
Yeah.
just in a farm, like an insect farm, and it just compared. Just you'd have more food with this, and the whole thing is getting over that stigma of we don't eat insects, they're gross.
I think that deals like, I know we talked about like innovation in ag, like I think the first week.
Episode 1, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it goes along with the same idea because like we're running out of land.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting more people. 2050, I think we'll have 9 million people or something, or 9 billion. Sorry, 9 million is not that much.
9 million.
9 billion people, and that's quite a lot.
It is.
And it's a thing if we have to do more with less land.
Mm-hmm.
So using something that takes less resources would definitely be more beneficial.
100%.
That's not necessarily saying that it's going to completely take the place of cattle or poultry or pork, but like you said, it's like a supplemental thing.
Like an alternate food source.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cows or cattle and goats and those kind of things on a farm will eat up all of that food so fast.
Mm-hmm.
But these insects don't need much to survive, and they reproduce like crazy. And so having a not very material heavy, I don't know what to say, like a
Resource extensive.
like a resource heavy animal.
Yeah.
You could have these small creatures that still give the same amount of protein, and not to say that you should eat this over other things. I mean, you still need the other nutrients.
Yeah, for sure.
But this could be like, instead of having like a big steak, get a cup of roaches or something.
I think even it's like a deal of you could like cricket powder or something like that, because
Yes.
that's taking just the pure protein and like calcium from them,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just apply that to other meals as a supplement purely.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that being a route taken if like the reception to just eating straight up like crickets, grasshoppers is really bad.
Mm-hmm. That I've seen that happen, like the protein powder kind of stuff made of those kind of animals, like little insects. It's definitely an alternative. Like, if I don't even know if it's plausible, but like somebody who's low in these nutrients that come from these, like protein powder supplement over your food, like maybe something like that, like in medicinal use, like a pill of protein supplement.
I could see that happening
I
really
could
easily.
definitely see that occurring at some point in time in the future. That is not too far out.
It's like we already have magnesium pills and things like that.
Yeah, just like
Protein pill.
you wouldn't think that this would go in there, but it could.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, at some point in time, they probably will switch over to these kind of things and maybe even implement them a little more into that kind of stuff. But on this farm that I have that's currently raising some, they are raising crickets in like the egg. When you buy an egg carton, you can see the picture here, but like, yeah. Actually.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, like little egg things. I like how people would raise as like pets. Like I know people have like spiders, and so
Yeah.
they get the cartons like that, and it has like a ton of these little bugs just running around in there. And then they also have the farm outside. So like inside in this, I don't even know, like facility kind of thing, they have just rows of these insects, while also they're raising cattle and chickens outside.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really say that insects should really like take over the other food, but more it could be an alternative. And it definitely, it is. Like, it works. This isn't, I'm not saying this as in, get rid of all the chickens, get rid of all the cows, we're going to eat bugs from now on. It's just like...
It's just an alternative food source.
It can happen. It's really cool to talk about that and think about that. It's not something you really would expect every single day.
Not at all. It's interesting.
It's a really cool topic, and you can find stuff on this literally all over the internet, just everywhere. People have done many researches, all kind of stuff, experiments, studies, literally anywhere you can open Google, you will find something about this. This has been discussed for years, just because of the nature of it. So, is there anything else you would like to add before we end this a little bit?
I don't think so.
With this topic.
Did you have another article or no?
Yeah, I have this other cool thing. It's not cool, it's just kind of funny.
I didn't know we were running long or anything.
20 minutes.
Might as well.
It's all right. So, National Blueberry Month to include wild berries. This lady,
Controversial.
a congresswoman from Maine, has pushed for National Blueberry Month to include wild blueberries, which are a major crop in the state. That's kind of funny.
So she wants wild blueberries to be included in National Blueberry Day?
Isn't a wild berry just like a blueberry? Just wild? Like, I thought that's what it was. Or like it's a berry. It's not really descriptive. You
just wild berries. Like, why would
the wild berry.
The wild berry, like a specific, that's what it's called?
Or, I don't know. National Blueberry Month to include wild berries.
That's...
Oh, okay. Here it says... She said she also called for an amendment to highlight the contributions of the wild blueberry industry. So yes, it is wild.
There's a wild blueberry.
There's a wild blueberry. Did not even know that. I read this.
I didn't know there was an industry for wild blueberries.
So there's blueberry and then there's wild blueberry, and wild blueberries are smaller and more sour. So I don't understand why they wouldn't be included in the first place.
They're blueberries.
But they're blueberries, and here it says. Let me see if I can find it.
Like, what are the benefits of being a part of this day?
I just thought it was funny. I thought it'd be cool to tell you about. This says the Agriculture Committee unanimously adopted both moves. Pingree said Maine's hundreds of wild blueberry growers contribute about $250 million to the state's economy. I think it should be Blueberry Month.
Dude, give them the Blueberry Month, dang it.
Like, I might as well just add red berries too.
Now you're getting bold.
I mean, they're pretty much just blue, but go to the opposite side. Like,
that's bold. It's dangerous.
I'm sorry to bring up these controversial topics to you.
Yeah, it's really upsetting.
Wild berries being in National Blueberry Month. Very crazy. I cannot believe I even had the audacity to talk about something like that.
On a strange note, at least it's interesting to see what other agricultural things go on in different states. Because you never think that wild blueberries did $250 million.
Oh yeah, because like Louisiana commodities.
Yeah, like we do crawfish. No one else does that.
Yeah,
it's just interesting.
I did not know Maine did wild blueberries.
I never would have thought that in my life.
I didn't even know Maine had blueberries.
I didn't know they had anything besides
this
lobster.
Is very reason. This was September 27th.
Really?
Of this year. So I mean, she was fighting for it.
I feel like if you like looked at a blueberry box, you could probably see it marketed from Maine. That'd be kind of cool.
Marketed. Grown directly from Maine.
That probably is a slogan. Grown in Maine.
I could see it. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of a wild blueberry.
A wild blueberry.
Yeah. Oh no. Actually, yeah. Look, that's different.
Oh, that is different. Show the audience.
I don't know if you'd be able to see it. The smaller ones are the wild ones, and then the bigger ones are normal blueberries. So I can definitely see why she wants the wild berries.
Yeah, it's just something that you
literally
absolutely seems ridiculous at first.
It does, but I can understand.
I get it now.
It's like saying corgis can't be put in National Dog Month because they're ugly or something.
It's like, dang corgis.
It's still a dog.
It's still a dog, man.
Yeah, okay, so I think that's about it for everything.
That seems like it.
Mm-hmm. But I have some little fun to do.
Oh, joy.
For the entertainment section real quick. I have cricket bites, since we were talking about insects and protein.
Oh, joy.
Oh, joy. We're going to eat 3 each.
3 each?
3.
Dude, isn't the whole container 40 calories with 6 grams of protein? Nutrition facts?
40 calories?
No way.
Dude. Cricket Flowers introduces our full line of roasted and flavored crickets. Eat the cricket bite straight out the bag with 5 flavors. These are hickory smoked bacon, 6 grams of protein. I would eat this over a steak any day. Sit there, throw it back.
Dude, 32-ounce prime rib? Nah. Let me get them cricket bites real quick.
Get that 6 gram protein cricket bites.
Bird, line me up, dog.
Let me line you up with some real
quick. Give me some of these crickets. You said 3?
Here, pick some out and give some to me. You can have the rest.
That's Absolutely.
Here, put some back in.
Okay. All these cricket boys.
Don't put them all back. You gotta have
Bro.
3. Ooh, one
I'll
fell.
take 4. I'll take 4.
Okay. So, do you want to do them all at the same time or do it individually?
I'm trying to show them the crickets.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just take one up. That's what we're looking at. That's the hickory smoked bacon boy himself. Cricket man.
Nasty.
I got 4 of these bad boys in my hand. You ready?
Listen, don't tell them, but we have to act like they taste good.
I won't tell them.
Okay, all at the same time?
All at the same time.
On 3? 1, 2, 3.
Delicious. It tastes better than steak.
Dude, eat this over steak any day. Really taste the hickory.
And the smoked bacon, for sure. We just,
Made in Portland. Oh yeah, I don't really need the water. I just kind of like, my throat's a little dry.
Yeah, my throat was dry before this.
Dude.
Not as...
Definitely don't still have cricket in my mouth. Maybe insects aren't a good alternative. Okay, they are actually a good alternative, but
Honestly, thought it would be worse.
they weren't that bad in all honesty, like on a serious note.
Like, it was strange, but they weren't bad.
The only strange part about it was knowing that it was a cricket.
True.
Literally, if somebody had put that in my mouth I didn't know, I would have thought it was like a chip or something. Like, it tasted... You could taste the hickory. It didn't... I don't know what a cricket tastes like.
Yeah,
So,
I don't either. I have no idea. It tasted like hickory to me.
So... Huh. That was interesting. Any
That was interesting.
closing remarks?
Closing remarks. Dude, it's been a week.
Actually true, yeah.
It's only Tuesday.
It's only Tuesday. Oh, it feels like a Thursday.
It feels like a Thursday.
I have a Spanish test and a chemistry test Thursday.
Ooh,
Yeah. And now we're getting a little off ag.
off ag.
So, I'm going to have to conclude episode 4 of the Through These Doors podcast. I think pretty good episode. Talked about some nice things. Talked
I think
about
so.
Fair Week, insects,
Insects.
Blueberry Month,
Mmm.
and then we tried some insects.
I did.
So, that's it.
That's it.
Did you have fun?
I did.
Alright. See you next time, bro.
Bye, bro.